Welcome to Nerdities. Bitches.
Welcome, true believers. It's time for another monthly sit-down with Vin and Justin for the Tinfoil Hat Society. I am Justin, as always, joined by
Vin,
our resident skeptic,
Mike,
the voice of reason,
Kyle.
and the guy in the chair.
Oh.
So,
Whose opinion apparently doesn't matter. Alright. I'm in a chair.
Joe really doesn't... Joe doesn't believe in any of this stuff.
It depends on what you guys talk about, where I'm in it or not.
Uh-huh. Well, today, we're going to discuss two of the biggest cases of eyewitness reports in UFO history. The Kelly Hopkinsville Little Green Men encounter is one of my favorites. Just picture this. You're local law enforcement, and all of a sudden, two families come running into your precinct, and they're like, there's little green men on our farm. We shot them, and they didn't die. So, of course...
I watched a 10-minute documentary on it before we hopped on.
Yeah.
They said it was silver in the documentary, and there was like accounts from the people that the Hopkins.
Yeah.
They said that they shot him like point blank, and like they fell down, but like just kind of got up.
Yeah.
It reminds me of what's that Black Mirror episode with the dogs? Rock and roll or whatever. It's the dog drones.
Oh, Metalhead?
Metalhead.
Yeah.
But like, humanoid. Because I guess they didn't make any noise.
Yeah.
One like grabbed the dude's hair.
Yeah, and they would float. They didn't really walk.
Yeah.
So let's get into this encounter. On August 21st, 1955, a group of panicked people showed up at the Hopkinsville police station claiming that they not only saw a group of extraterrestrials, but had battled them as well. One steamy summer night in August 1955, 11 terrified people suddenly flooded into the police station in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. They immediately began blabbering frantically about something that had happened on their farm in the nearby town of Kelly. "We need help," one man cried to the alarmed yet confused policemen who were working the night shift. "We've been fighting them for nearly 4 hours." When the man said them, he meant aliens, little men who had allegedly landed on their farmhouse in the dead of night, terrifying the group with their glowing eyes, silvery skin, and utter indifference to the bullets that the group began firing at them. And though the police who soon descended on the farm found no evidence of aliens, they did find plenty of small casings or shell casings and bullet holes, confirming that the people at the Kelly farmhouse had been convinced that something was lurking in the darkness nearby. According to the terrified witnesses, Billy Ray Taylor and his wife were visiting Lucky Sutton and his family on their farm when Billy Ray noticed something real bright with an exhaust all the colors of the rainbow in the sky while he was outside getting water. He ran inside to tell the Suttons, who laughed him off. Soon, however, the dogs started barking, and Billy Ray and Lucky spotted a 3.5-foot tall humanoid figure outside. More aliens appeared, and the men started shooting, but the creatures seemed impervious to bullets. That's when all 8 adults and 3 children in the home piled into the car and drove straight to the police station. Ever since that night, the so-called Kelly Hopkinsville encounter has held a crucial place in UFO lore, both because the purported alien invasion was witnessed by so many people who told eerily similar stories and steadfastly stood by them, and because it helped establish the very idea of, quote, little green men. Steven Spielberg has even cited the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter as an inspiration for both Close Encounters of the Third Kind and E.T.
Yeah, how drunk were they?
That's the thing. Stone-ass sober.
Yeah. Apparently the mother was a Christian.
Yeah. She's good.
And she didn't like alcohol. She didn't like alcohol in the house.
Good Christian woman.
The documentary, the guy's like, my mother didn't like alcohol.
Yeah.
So he just like that.
No.
No alcohol.
Oh, mama. Can't I have me some alcohol?
Now,
There's none in the house.
was that to say that something was not wrong with the well water that they were drinking? Could have been.
LSD in it.
Will you stop with the LSD?
No, it's
You're going to be banned.
No.
You're going to be banned from talking if you use
It's not
LSD
LSD.
as a fucking excuse one more time. And why? And how did the children see it?
They could be on LSD too. It's not like it starts at a certain age, you can start feeling the effects.
Mm-hmm.
So-
if it's in the water,
There's no
gotta be
LSD.
something in the water.
Like,
Those are nice things to wear.
how's it not been a movie though? Because it sounds like the kind of story they jump all over and change the hell out of.
See, this is the thing. So I find with the bigger cases like this that have more eyewitnesses, they never turn into anything. They'll crib stuff from the story, but they'll never turn it into anything. Just like the story that we'll be talking about in a little bit. One that comes from a government website. It's
So, I don't know-
like the only big alien encounter true story movie that I've ever witnessed was when they did Travis Walton's story.
Yeah, that was pretty messed up.
Yeah.
So, for these people specifically, are you guys familiar with the Salem witch trials?
Yes.
Not
Okay.
instantly, but I know people did hang.
So,
Was it hanging or burning?
I don't know.
burning.
Burning.
Yeah.
So, stop me if you've heard this. Apparently, their wheat there's something with like a permafrost that happens like every so often, and if you miss it, it could turn your wheat products into ochre, I think it is, which is like a psychedelic thing. This is what led to people freaking out, thinking everyone's a witch, yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So to Joe's point, not LSD, but something of that nature could be.
Permafrost in August?
Well,
Okay.
a naturally occurring hallucinogen isn't impossible.
True.
Yeah, not exactly that, but I'm saying something in that area.
The thing is, the problem I have with if they're all on LSD, the mass hallucination that it's all the same thing from 11 different people.
Yeah.
You're very susceptible when you're on drugs.
I don't know if you're seeing the same exact shit. Like,
If someone say,
I have tripped with a room full of fucking people, and we barely had anything in fucking common.
In the documentary, the doctor's name was Greg Little, and he's like, tries to explain it away, Project Blue Book type shit.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, sometimes an electromagnetic pulse can just hit the plate tectonics when they shift, and, it can give you a DMT-like trip, which DMT, dimethyltryptamine, gives you a 30-minute hallucination. And I'm going to stop you right there, pal. As one who's experienced DMT, holla, it's not 30 minutes. It's like 5 to 7. So,
Yeah, and they reported trying to fend these things off for 4 hours.
think about this for a second, too. They tried to tell you an electromagnetic pulse is more plausible that made all these people trip balls for 4 hours, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
They trip balls for 4 hours from an electromagnetic pulse is more plausible than creatures just like, hey, we want to come inside. It's kind of the same line, if you ask me.
the story sounds weird when the description you gave, it wasn't a lot of shit happening. It was very quick, and they did that in 4 hours. It was like, hey, something crazy out there.
So, like,
and then it didn't go down.
that
And that took
that's
4 hours.
that was like a quick synopsis of
I'm thinking if they battled a creature that's in any way more advanced than a person, they would get tore up in 4 hours.
Well, so not knowing the full detail of the timeline,
my question would be, is it something similar to what other people have experienced where it's just a significant loss of time? Where
Right.
it's like, did you flashy thing me? So, like, maybe the encounter itself only lasted a few minutes, but they lost a chunk of their day that equated to 4 hours.
I saw a funny meme the other day. It said, did you ever go into a room and forget what you were getting and then ask yourself, did I just see an alien and he flashy thinged me?
I mean, I don't ask myself that.
Well, I don't ask myself that until, like, I read that. Now I'm like, God, because I forget shit all the time. I'm just going to chalk it up to that. I get many more.
Doctor Who covered that. It was the silence. Anytime you turn around and don't remember what you were doing in a room, big white-headed aliens in suits.
Yeah, and then you forget as soon as you look away.
True.
I'm reading about this. They think, because it was confirmed that there was a meteor shower that night.
Yeah.
At night, 1955, not a lot of illumination. Could have been local green-horned owls.
If you're gullible enough to buy, they mistook an owl for a 3.5-foot humanoid, you're an asshole.
Yeah. Now, also, they mentioned that there was a circus in town.
Yes.
However, they were like, oh, the monkeys might have escaped. I mean, the monkeys escaped and they only went to those people's farm.
They might have gone to the farm. Now,
They shot them too.
is there anything in that story about the aliens throwing poop at them?
No, there's no fecal matter.
You didn't just hold that back?
Well,
All right, so here, Mike, here's a little bit more of the encounter for you. So, it started about 7 p.m., right? An hour after Billy Ray came in and told them that he had seen something in the sky. Alerted by the dog's incessant barking, Lucky and Billy Ray went to the back door and made out a strange glow, in the midst of which they spied a small humanoid creature, about 3.5 feet tall. It had an oversized head, almost perfectly round, its arms extended almost to the ground, its hands had talons, and its oversized eyes glow with a yellowish light. The body gave off an eerie shimmer in the light of the night's new moon, they said, as if it were made of silver metal. Terrified, the two men grabbed a 20-gauge shotgun and a .22 caliber rifle and fired at the little man. Its hands, now raised as if it was held up at gunpoint, came toward the back door. They reported that it then did a flip, scrambled upright, and fled into the darkness. Shortly after, the men saw a similar creature appear in a side window and fired through the window screen. Still impervious to bullets, the little man again flipped, then disappeared. I went out in the hallway and crouched down next to Billy when I saw one approaching the door, Mrs. Langford told Isabel Davis, author of an extensive report called The Close Encounter at Kelly and Others of 1955. It looked like a 5-gallon gasoline can with a head on top and small legs. It was shimmering bright metal like on my refrigerator. The drama escalated when Taylor stepped outside under the small overhang roof, and those behind him saw a claw-like hand reach down and touch his hair. The group screamed and pulled Taylor back while Lucky shot above the overhang and then at another similar creature in a nearby tree. It floated to the ground and then scurried into the woods. Suttons moved inside and spent several hours listening for movements, hearing mostly occasional scratches on the roof. At 11 p.m., the whole group ran for the cars and hightailed it to the Hopkinsville police station at top speed. Once there, investigators found shell casings from the gunshots, but no other evidence. Neither could they find proof of heavy drinking. According to the Sutton matriarch, liquor was not allowed in the farmhouse. Once the police and others left, though, the creatures returned between 2:30 a.m. and daybreak. Mrs. Langford said she saw one glowing repeatedly by her bedside window, its claw-like hand on the screen.
Stories like this make me hope there aren't any aliens. Because they sound like assholes. Just like, why would they just be annoying people?
Well, it's
Attack them and kill them, or just fuck off.
think about this. How are humans with animals? Not everybody's nice and cute to them, right?
Depends on the animal.
A lot of people are pretty shitty. Like, try to touch them or kick them. Like, you've seen certain individuals in a section of New Jersey where I used to work, like, kick geese and shit. Yeah, like, there's fucked up people out there. So what's to make you think that if aliens existed and we were like a fucking zoo to them, that they wouldn't come along and do the same thing? Like, oh, it's shooting at me. Watch this, I'm going to fucking touch it. But it's like, oh, I touched his fucking hair.
It's just, if it's that amazing and that advanced, it seems like it could float.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't lack.
How boring a creature is it that it's so much better than us, and it would spend its time doing that?
Again, how much better are we than most animals that we treat things in a similar fashion?
Well, that's really twisted motherfuckers, yeah.
Sure,
I tend to just ignore cats and pet the occasional dog.
Right, but I'm just saying, it's behavior. It's we're have an advanced intelligence over those things, and we're still like, oh, it's so cute. Or we shoot a fucking laser and make a cat run and shit.
Well, that's just fun.
Yeah, but exactly. So what's to stop the thought process of an alien being like, well, I'll just fuck with a bunch of humans?
So, what if it was a military mission?
Rebel
rouse, don't engage.
I don't think that one's a military mission.
Because why would they be looking through the window, surrounding the place?
Again,
perverts?
Yeah, the space perverts.
There was a movie loosely based on these events.
Loosely.
Critters. It was based on the events.
Yes, loosely based.
That's very loose. Mac and me is closer to this story.
So that's our Kelly Hopkinsville encounter. The next one comes from CIA.gov.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like library.org.
Nope.
Yeah.
From the CIA. Southbound.
You can trust it.
Yeah. Southbound on a lone desert highway, police officer Lonnie Zamora was in pursuit of a speeding car outside the town of Socorro, New Mexico, when he was startled by a loud roar. Seconds later, he saw a large flame rise from the ground and pierce the sky above a remote patch of desert southwest of the highway. Fearing a nearby dynamite shack might have exploded, Zamora let the speeding car go, turned right, and drove down a bumpy gravel road that ran alongside the shack. Zamora's cruiser clunked along the rocky road until he came upon a steep hill. Rising from behind the hill was a smokeless fire that glowed in a funnel of blue and orange-tinted flames. The hill obscured the origin of the flames, so Zamora attempted to drive up it. His cruiser's tires slipped and swayed on the loose gravel, but after 3 attempts, Zamora finally made it to the top. A shiny object the size of a sedan sparkled in the late afternoon sunshine about 150 to 200 yards from where Zamora was perched on the hilltop. At first glance, he thought it was a car overturned in an arroyo, a dry creek bed, but when he drove closer, it appeared to be aluminum in color, not chrome, and oval-shaped like a football. Zamora drove toward the object along the hill's crest for about 50 feet and then stopped the car. He radioed back to the sheriff's office that he would be busy checking on a wreck down in the arroyo, then he descended on foot down the hill toward the object. Another loud roar. Zamora was startled again by a very loud rumble, not exactly like a blast, but also not steady like a jet engine. It started at a low frequency, with the pitch slowly rising. The flame appeared to be coming from the underside of the object, glowing light blue on top and orange at the bottom. Zamora panicked, afraid the object was about to blow. He ran to take cover, but turned back to look at the object as he fled. He noticed a red symbol on the side, shaped like a point, that was about 2 inches high and 2 inches wide. The object was smooth, a shiny white aluminum, with no visible windows or doors. There appeared to be 2 metal legs slanted outward, supporting it. Zamora sprinted to his car, hit his leg on the fender, and crashed to the ground. He got up, ran another 25 feet or so. When he looked back again, he saw the object begin to rise. It rose to the level of the car, then higher, about 20 to 25 feet in the air. Zamora ran over 50 feet from his car, just over the edge of the hill, and ducked. Kneeling as close to the ground as he could, he covered his face with his arms for protection. Suddenly, the roar stopped. In the uneasy silence, Zamora lifted his head and looked. The object sped away from him, toward the southwest, appearing to go in a straight line at about 10 to 15 feet off the ground, cleared the 8-foot-tall dynamite shack by about 3 feet, and then continued in a southwesterly direction until it went over the high desert mountains and disappeared. Hector Quintanilla, the last chief officer of the U.S. Air Force's famous UFO investigation program, Project Blue Book, was in charge of the Zamora case. His team was convinced that Zamora was telling the truth, and despite an extremely thorough investigation, they were unable to locate the object or its origin.
Shocker.
That sounds government to me.
Sam.
Yeah. Sure.
But where did they get the tech?
Right.
Well, then where did the aliens get the tech from? And where they got the tech from, get the tech from?
I went down the rabbit hole today, my friends, and I came across a fella that was talking about how you guys know the Anunnaki. You're familiar with this term? No? Anunnaki?
A lot of guys around one woman.
Anunnaki is like the, it's apparently the civilization that, like, spawned humanity. I forget the fucking guy's name who made, the 10th planet. I forget what the fucking guy's called. But anyways, apparently they, according to the story, they came down here and they found Neanderthals, banged them, made, offshoot humans, and then, like, also brought down their, like, their think about, like, old architecture that, like, we just don't make anymore. And they say for, like, oh, it's too expensive. It's like rich people would buy it if they could, or make it if they could. Anyways, yeah, these people came down, banged Neanderthals, made us, and then, like, I don't know, kind of faded away because apparently there was, like, a civil war amongst them because you're not supposed to bang us. You weren't supposed to do that. That was a big.
Ron Hubbard, right?
No, what the fuck was the guy's name? Alexander Sitchin, I think, is the guy's name, who made the book about, like, Nibiru. Remember that planet, Nibiru? People talked about back in the day. You guys haven't got another. You guys are white belts. I forgot.
No, Nibiru's stupid.
Nibiru's not stupid, dude.
It is stupid.
It's actually really cool if you think about it.
I have too many thetans for this conversation.
I have midichlorians.
Better stop it. Piss off Justin.
Joe, I was really hoping you would, like, back me up at some point in that, and you have more of a disdain look on you than Justin.
The Sumerian gods of the sky.
What's is wrong with you?
That's so backhanded. That is so backhanded, dude. I don't believe it. I don't believe you believe that.
Did you say something about Sumerian gods? Are we getting to Gozer?
That's what the Anunnaki are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to help Vinny suss this out a little bit more.
But we can't confuse them with Babylonians.
No.
No, this is not Babylon, sir.
Huge in Mesopotamia.
But yeah, apparently, I'm splicing a couple things together. Apparently, before they came here, there was, like, you heard Billy Carson?
Johnny Carson?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to get to that line, but I couldn't. I wasn't just going to spit it out.
What did you say there, Joe? Making fun of me?
No, just Johnny Carson.
Said Johnny Carson trying to be cute.
Joe, now's not the time, all right? We're talking serious shit. We're talking about space.
We're talking about
people.
We're talking about people bastardizing actual mythology of the Sumerians. That's what we're talking about. That's the whole Anunnaki conspiracy.
Yeah. Yes.
Just like the Egyptian gods or the Greek gods or any other form of gods, they were from a sky goddess and the earth god.
I was going to say, it's not a direct translation, but metaphorically, wouldn't that be like Prometheus in Greek mythology?
Yeah.
But there's a story about Enlil and Enki and the Civil War, and they banged us, it made humans, and then like you think about the story of Atlantis and how they got corrupt and perverted in their ways, and that was the fall of Atlantis. And some people think that it's the same story, but they kind of change the deets a little bit. Anyway, this guy, what's his name? Zimmeru?
Lonnie Zamora.
Yeah, Laddie Zamora. I believe he definitely saw something.
Yeah.
So I saw the symbol. It was like a triangle like that with like 3 lines.
Yeah.
Going through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why don't they just show us
What?
the tech?
Because
Cars are lame.
I guess people suck.
Like, traffic sucks. If I had a plane...
There'd be lots of sky traffic.
Nah, dog.
You would just shift.
Yeah.
Nah, dog.
Yeah.
You can move in so many dimensions.
People will be falling out of the sky. There's so many collisions. People suck at driving on the ground.
Yeah.
Listen, I agree with you guys. This is what we're getting to. You need a license to drive these motherfuckers. You can't be on...
You need a license to drive a car, but that's still, look at what happens daily on the parkway.
Right, but no, you need to do like actual tests.
Here's
That's
what's
not a bullshit driving test.
when we finally get flying cars, we're not going to be able to fly them. Because the technology that's moving the Teslas around now is going to be so perfected by that point. It's going to be like, oh, you get your flying car. You just program it where you want to go. It'll fall in line with everybody else, and it'll go the speed limit.
Yeah.
You're going to get there stupid fast. No, it's going to happen. It's going to be the best they're going to give us.
Yeah.
I know you guys don't like him, but if someone like Elon Musk is still in charge, self-driving mode will still be a thing. Because he does shit just because he thinks it's fun. Like, he made a flamethrower just because he thinks it's fun.
Yeah, but that's what Mike just said. It's all going to be self-driving.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah.
I'm driving. Self-driving's me. I'm myself.
No.
Not automated driving.
You're not going to be able to fly it.
Yes, I am.
No, you won't.
Yes, I am.
No. I'm not saying that,
I'm an American.
I'm not saying that
Mexican beer.
I'm not saying that you personally wouldn't be able to learn how to do it. What I'm saying is exactly what Mike's saying. The technology is not going to allow you to drive it yourself.
Oh, so this robot thinks he could tell me what to do. Does he hear the Constitution? Bet you not. Bet you didn't program the algorithm.
One day, you're going to have a really pissy conversation with some guy at a flying car dealership.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to hear about the new flying cars. You're going to go in there and be like, all right. He's going to sell you on the thing halfway through, and you're like, all right, so where do I learn how to fly this thing? And he's going to be like, sir,
Cute.
you don't actually get to fly this thing.
Nope. I dealt with a guy today. He's like, oh, I only pay with cash. I don't like technology. Talk just like that. And I'm just like, paying with a card is not...
Then he whips out an iPhone.
Sure. Yeah. You look at all your Facebook posts from your friends, but you don't like technology. Okay, but that's going to be us. Imagine now us in like 30 years, like, how do I just put my finger to the door and it opens? We're all going to get southern accents.
That reminds me of my favorite cop-out when I was delivering the mail, and people were trying to return stuff, and they'd just be like, well, can't you just take it without a return label? Be like, no, you just gotta, contact Amazon and they'll email it to you and you can print it right out. Well, I don't have a computer. Huh. How did you order this package? From Amazon.
On my phone?
Yeah, even on your phone, Mike, you can still get the label and walk into a UPS store and they'll repack it for you. It's a QR code. Yes.
So they're just being lazy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not even so much lazy. Well, it is lazy. Do I have to put staples and do it? Yeah. Be an adult. You want this returned? That's the ultimate thing to hit people with. Don't talk shit. Just hit them with, be an adult. And they're like, shit.
Have you gotten to the point where you're telling people to act their age?
No, I just say, I tell 8-year-old kids to be an adult.
I tell people to grow up.
Yeah.
I've said that. I've said that to Mooch before when she's like pissy about something. See, I have a problem with anybody in this house who uses a cup and then leaves the cup in various spots in the house, doesn't return the cup to the dishwasher or wash it in the sink, so that like for days I have less and less cups. And then
what
I'm
if
like,
they want to use it later?
3 days later?
Yeah.
No. That's disgusting.
Yes.
No, that's gross.
Megan, back me up.
It's got to be washed. That's fucking disgusting.
Not if you drink water out of it.
No, even because the bacteria from your mouth is going into that cup.
Well, there's good bacteria and bad bacteria.
No, you're still wrong. So, like, if you're going to take the cup and you're done with the cup, wash the cup or put it in the dishwasher. I don't even make you wash the cup. And it's not just her. It's also my oldest child. I told him from now on he's not allowed to drink from any cups in the house except for Solo cups. And that if I find Solo cups left in his room after days that he's not here, he is going to have to revert to Little Princess sippy cups. Because I'm tired of fucking cleaning up after him.
Has he lost more money from his...
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, he's down $30.
From what?
I'll keep it together.
So, James has this thing where, like, he's a habitual liar, and he's not good at it. So, he has $200 in his own gift card money for Disney. And I told him, hey, we're gonna do a challenge here. If you can go without your bullshit between the day that I brought this up to him and vacation, he had his full money. But every time he did something stupid, and it had to be like far beyond just normal dumb James stuff, because that's not fair. He'd lose $200 in a weekend. He gets $10 taken away. So he has lost $30 so far.
Every time you do something stupid?
Yeah, like, it's not just stupid, it's just, like, beyond reason. Like, why would you do that? Like, one of the things was we caught him smacking Zach.
Smacking him?
Yeah. For, like...
What was his excuse? I know why, but what was his excuse?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, he hit me first. To that response was, he's 3, and you're not his parent. And I said, the next time I catch you, I hit you.
Yeah, well, he's establishing dominance. It's a deep-rooted thing.
Don't.
Because Zach's eventually going to grow up, and Zach's probably going to be bigger than him. Because
No, Zach's absolutely going to be bigger than me.
he's going to be bigger than him.
He's more than half his size now.
So James is definitely your son because he's establishing psychological dominance over Zach.
Yeah, but the problem is Zach is a psychopath.
He's
Right,
got
because he's also your son.
Yeah, but Zach has way more Justin in him than James does.
Well, I was going to say, now it's your personalities colliding.
Yeah.
Because you have the Hulk versus, like, I don't know, the Mad Hatter.
Well, you got Beta Justin in James, and you got Alpha Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zach's an alpha.
It's basically like Danny DeVito on Arnold Schwarzenegger and Twins.
Yeah.
Zach is totally going to Arnold him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude.
He's
Is
gonna,
he, though? Because what if he's like Wesley Snipes in Demolition Man, where he goes like this, and he's like,
For the mind lock on him?
for some reason I can't do it. And
No.
you're going to think back to this day when you're like, well, he was slapping the shit out of him. What the fuck else was he doing? He probably sits on his face, farts on him, fucking spits in his drink and says, drink it, bitch.
I don't think it's that far. Also, there won't be stopping Zach. Like, once he's old enough to, like, realize Zach is gonna be grounded a lot.
Maybe. I'm very curious to see how this whole experiment works out. Because James is playing with very dangerous fire.
He's gonna be dominated by Zach. It's not even a fucking question. Mike is here often enough to just agree with this. It's true.
I do agree with Vinny. That's why he's trying to, like, no, I'm 11 years older than you. I should be able to dominate you, but he doesn't. He can't.
Yeah. He's got one path to victory. He just has to, like, like, what was the Chinese torture? Like, just one drop of water on your head for, like, just hours, and eventually you go nuts. So just, a slap a day.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
Zach is the sadist version of me, too. So where, like, he enjoys the pain.
Okay. Well, again, we'll see. The algorithm's going to collide.
James is the wussy version because he's just like everything hurts, and you're just like stop. It doesn't fucking hurt.
You don't even have to like touch him. You just like move quickly and he'll do it.
Yeah, and he's like, ow.
He really is exuding prey tendencies.
Yes.
He's got little brother tendencies. That's a little brother thing to do.
I know. But like Zach will get like if he's doing something wrong and you like yell at him, he's like he fucking absorbs it and he's just like, you stop it.
Yeah. He's like, I'll remember this shit. I'm gonna fucking do it again and you're not gonna do shit.
Yeah. He's like a fucking house cat, a 3-year-old's body. Don't touch that.
He does like to push things off a surface.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
How many Thetans do you think he has? Do you think he would be reincarnated L. Ron Hubbard?
I think he's beyond that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, do you think he's like Cthulhu?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
He does think, bro. I'm thinking he's the Omen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. James is like Macaulay Culkin and the Good Son.
I've had discussions with Ashley.
No, that was definitely not James.
No. I've had discussions with my buddy Joe from the post office where I'm like, one day that kid might murder us in our sleep.
That's good.
You gotta watch out for him.
He'll be an infamy, and you'll be like,
but like the thing that gives me hope is that like when he's a very sweet child though. He's always like, come sit. He always wants to play. He always wants to like. He's super independent, but also likes to be.
I think he just has dark moments.
Yeah, he does.
Really dark moments.
Yeah.
You know what the dynamic is between them? The kids and role models.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Zach is Ronnie.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle's trying not to laugh. And James is oh fuck.
Yeah, I can't remember his name now.
McLovin.
Yeah, whoever McLovin was in that movie.
He's always McLovin. He can't not be McLovin. They should have just named him McLovin in that movie. Nobody would have cared.
We just did 10 minutes on my psychotic children.
So the first one, the Hopkins, do you buy it? They saw aliens, yes or no?
Yes.
Oh, that's what the show was, right?
Yeah.
We were doing a conspiracy show.
Yeah, yes. I absolutely buy that they saw
Skeptic, do you buy it?
I've heard no proof that they saw anything. I heard a fun story that could be true or could be made up. So, no, I don't completely buy it.
Kyo?
Well, if I'm comparing the stories, I buy that they saw something. For sure. I mean, people usually don't just fire at nothing.
For multiple hours.
Yeah, whatever the timeline was, because they definitely weren't shooting at something for 4 hours. Like, there's no way they were shooting at the same thing for 4 hours.
Not continuously, but like...
Yeah, they were probably getting fucked with for a lot of it until they were just like, get the guns.
Yeah.
We're going outside.
Fuck this.
This is our house. This is Kentucky territory.
I'll show them
like one
carnies.
of those Kate McKinnon SNL sketches, but they were just getting fun, like they were doing sexual stuff outside, like cranking their own dinguses out there, slapping their titties around.
Maybe.
Think they're putting ham on the windows the whole time. They're like, you know what? That's it. Give me my goddamn double. Give me my buckshot.
Joe, what do you think?
Just cleaned these windows yesterday.
I think they saw something. Was it aliens? Probably not.
Oh, a non-believer. You think it was demons? Are you more
believe in
biblical?
aliens.
Do you think it was demons, Joe?
No.
Do you think aliens are foe and demons are what you're really seeing?
If it's demons and they just fuck with them like that and don't kill somebody,
Yeah.
what kind of demon really?
I'll send you guys the 10-minute doc I watched. The artist depictions of what they described, it looks demonic more so than aliens.
It does. It does look. They look like gremlins.
Okay, yeah, you saw it. Yeah. It doesn't look like.
Oh, dude, this is what. Like I said, this is one of my favorite stories. They did an Unsolved Mysteries episode with this one.
Oh, you have Robert Stack saying all the same shit you just did. I could watch that.
Remember
It's on Tubi.
the little creatures in that Tim Allen movie with the space show? They go out in space. That's my favorite. Galaxy Quest.
Oh.
The little blue ones. It kind of looks like the little blue ones.
It does kind of look like them.
Has little blue guys.
Yeah.
But anyway, Laddie Zamora. Do you believe that guy?
I believe he absolutely saw something. I think it was ours.
Yeah. He was in the right territory.
Yeah.
55
Yeah.
or 64.
Yeah. In
Hoskins was 55.
55 Hopkinsville. But he was also in New Mexico. Like,
Yeah, he's in the right spot.
yeah. He absolutely saw a thing that we were fucking around with.
Yeah, he probably saw it again next week. He's like, knew it.
It's like a Mark 1 drone or some shit.
Probably.
Yeah.
So, I have a general question, and because I don't think in any of the previous shows I've heard you guys bring this up, but like, is there a believed reason? Like, if we're assuming that this stuff all actually did happen, is there an explanation of why this specific area of the country that seems to have really nothing to offer in terms of infrastructure or population is a hotspot for this activity? Because you would think that if they were coming to observe humans, they'd want to go to a place that has more of them.
Well, if we're
In terms
talking
of military, like our own shit, I would say there was a defense contract. It was one of the documentaries. I think it was in the 50s. It was definitely after World War II. They made defense contracts to build shit in the Midwest, Arizona, New Mexico, all that shit. Then you have Battle LA. You have the lights over the White House. You have shit like this. What the fuck, Zamora, dude? So many different things you see and hear about.
Yeah. I mean, anything in New Mexico is pretty believable considering the amount of military testing that we know goes on out there.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing that's hidden from us is what it is. But they're very open to be like, yeah, we're doing shit. We've been doing shit in the desert for decades.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, that I believe. As far as Kentucky, I don't know. Yes, it makes sense to think you'd want to go to a crowded area to observe more humans. But also, it makes a bit more sense to, if you're not going to spook a bunch of people and set off a fucking citywide panic, going out to Hicksville, Kentucky, where there's like one farmhouse every 20 miles, makes
Is it really Hicksville?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or
I'm just saying, that makes way more fucking sense to me.
No, it was definitely Bumpkin Town.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I mean, obviously, I would think that if they were, I mean, this is a ridiculous conversation to be having, but I mean, if they were a rational species, Justin, what you say is understandable to me. But I guess if their purpose is to assess the advancement and/or intellectual capacity of humanity, I would think that they'd want to go someplace that has, like, not just more people, but also, like, more infrastructure, like architectural marvels,
You want to
things to actually observe and report back on.
yeah, hey, there's a farmhouse. Let's go whack off and look in their windows.
But here's the thing. There's reported UFO sightings everywhere. Major cities, small rural areas. It's the interaction of the beings. Like, they could have scoped out tons of other cities. And then at that point, been like, let's go to a remote area and like actually interact with the species of this planet.
Yeah.
Just good old boys. Let's go there. Because that would only make sense. That and they want to just fuck with people. Those are the only two things that make
Could
sense. 'Cause
very
when
much be it too.
when you see the artist depiction, it's like you see the cabin. There's like 4 on the roof, 1 in the little awning, and then like I think there might be 1 floating there, and the guy's like shooting his gun.
Yeah.
It makes, when you visually draw it out like that, it makes no fucking sense. Oh, we're an advanced species in metallic suits, and we're 3.5 feet tall. We fly. We're gonna come over and fuck with you.
Yeah, but why not? Why wouldn't
But conversely, that's me poking a hole in their story. But conversely, they're fucking off for 4 hours dealing with that problem, that issue. Make it make sense. I would have took my, as soon as I saw the bullets not work, I would have threw my gun down. I would have squared up. I'd have been like, let's go.
A bullet didn't do anything, and you're going to try to physically assault it.
Yeah, because they obviously have a certain armor that deflects bullets, aka man-made technology. But when it comes to fisticuffs, let's
But
go,
like,
dude.
what if it was a shielding around them, and like you're just going to punch them and
getting
break
close.
the fucking hand?
Use his chi, his energy.
Yeah.
Punch
Oh,
through.
okay.
Punch through.
Well, they might. 2 things. A, they might respect me. B, I might fuck myself up by trying to fuck them up. Or C, they take off their armor and then they have they're in like an Edgar suit. They pop out and they're like, "Let's do it."
And you're like, oh, my bad.
No, then I'm like, fine.
They go from 3 feet to 8.5.
Yeah, erect a statue in my honor. I'm going after the kneecaps.
I don't buy with it is
Can't walk, you can't fight.
it's late at night, 1955, so there's not a lot of illumination.
It's not. It's not late at night.
In Kentucky.
Joe, it was 7 p.m. when it started.
What time of year?
August.
So it was still
Still
relatively
fucking
light out.
daylight. So there you go. Fuck you and your
Well,
skepticism.
so it started at
you little bitch.
7. It ended at 11.
At 11.
It was
It's from 7 to 11. So like for half the time, it was still light out. It's 8:30 right now, and it's still light. Like,
Someone definitely got some sort of psychedelic drug, spiked the water, said it'd be really funny to fuck with Marm. And they're like, she don't like alcohol, but she might like this. And they spiked the punch at like 6. 7 o'clock rolls and like, holy shit, there's metal aliens. They're 3.5 feet tall outside. God damn, boy.
but see, that's the thing. They were, when they went to the police station, all the tests were run on them.
So listen, that's true, all the tests were run on them.
Well, I mean, psychological tests were run. They were given vital stats. The one guy was so panicked, his heart rate was above 140.
Because I was going to say too, if the one son went outside first,
No,
and
see,
he
that's
painted the
it's
picture.
not. It's not the son. It was a couple visiting a couple and their kids.
Yeah, well, There's like two girls, 2 boys, and then the couple. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Fuck them. I would have captured one. Pussies. Why did they set a trap?
Let's set up
You had 4 hours to
like a-
figure out setting a trap.
set
You
up-
set a trap.
Set up Home Alone traps.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's
I didn't watch that movie
1955.
25 times to not be able to make traps.
It's 1955.
Yeah, well, go Back to the Future.
Listen,
that's where
Vin,
I'd go.
If
You give me a DeLorean to go 88 miles an hour, I'm going there.
I love. This is my
1955, they still had yo-yos and paint cans, buddy.
my favorite thing is always the excuse. I would have done this. You don't know what you would have done. You've never been in that situation. You would have absolutely been fucking shitting bricks if you saw some floaty motherfucker that you just shot with a gun and it didn't do anything. I don't know about anybody else, but I'd be fucking panicking.
Well, maybe I misheard your account of that story, but at some point, did you say they shot through their own windows?
Yeah, they shot through their own windows.
I'll go ahead and tell you, I wouldn't fucking do that.
I wouldn't have shot through my fucking windows.
Yeah, there's no way I'm shooting through my...
Nah.
Yeah, a thing that could potentially be a separation between me and that thing if I got too close. I'm not eliminating a potential separating.
Although at that point, if I had already shot at it once and the bullet didn't work, I am well aware that the glass window was not going to fucking stop him.
Yeah, you don't know if they have any offensive abilities. You don't know if they have fingers.
They claws.
Think about Predator, dude. Who's the Indian guy? He fucking cut a line in his chest, and he just was on the log, and he's just like, that's me. I'm doing this.
He's bringing it back around to his sacrifice.
So full of shit.
I got my big machete, and we're gonna go. But I would have an axe, probably. Yeah.
It didn't work out too well for him.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but I'm not him, though. He may be like 6'3", 220. Big deal.
Built like a Greek god.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Built exactly like... who is the guy from Super Friends? Is he Big Chief?
Apache Chief?
Apache Chief, he just grows. He's like, yeah, he was the human incarnate of that guy.
Alright. I think that's enough tinfoil for today.
Yeah, that was plenty of nonsense. That was more than enough nonsense.
It's not nonsense, bro.
I feel like that was good.
That was a good
I
one.
think we're getting closer to the truth. I want to believe.
You want nonsense? I could bring you some nonsense for the next one.
Yeah, I got some nonsense. Alright, so if you like what you hear, and slap the button.
I think my work here is done.
Sounded right to me.
YouTube.com/nerdities.
YouTube.com/dur.
And by that, I mean, like, I don't think I ever have to do the sign-off again. I think you nailed it.
You think so?
Yeah, I think you just take it over from now on.
I would never in my wildest dreams take anything from you.
No, I want to do as little as possible for these things, so I insist.
After that sign off, you're the voice of the show. Let's just face it.
Starting next week, you're going to be doing the intros, too. Get ready.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Intro.
over my dead
I'll do
body.
like iCarly. In 3, 2, 1. iCarly, yeah, na. What's the intro for that?
I know.
Fucking
Oh,
hell.
yeah,
No idea.
Carly was a bit after my my youth.
Like 20
Yeah,
years after
yeah.
mine.
Yeah. All right. Fuck bye.
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 Because of the end of civilization, the Clamp Cable Network now leaves the air. We hope you have enjoyed our programming, but more importantly, we hope you have enjoyed life.
Drop